3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Let's Get Drunk with B-Rad. Alright, if you're going to drink, don't drive. If you're going to drive, don't drink. And something near and dear to my heart on this Red Friday, remember everyone deployed. 22 veterans died today to PTSD suicide, so please reach out via text message, Instagram, Snapchat, Messenger. Let that person know that you're thinking of them, or her for that fact. Just recognition of their existence might keep them grounded to this earth. We don't need to lose anybody to any PTSD related suicides. All right, I've been trying to give you some beers from my local area, the Kansas area, and I have one in a town called McPherson down the road from me. I don't know, probably about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Anyhow, I picked up their beer a couple weeks ago, about a 6-pack. I drank 5 out of those 6. I saved 1 for this review. And let's, damn cameraman. One of these days I'll get this straight. Alright. Sorry about that. It is Three Rings Brewery out of McPherson, Kansas. And I don't know quite how long they've been around. But, you know, how I like to tell a story about the breweries and everything is this particular brewery was, they had a 12th great-grandfather back in the 15th century that was a brewmeister in Innsbruck, Germany. And if I got that wrong, I'm sorry. It's someplace in Germany, Innsbruck, and their 12th great grandfather was a brewmaster in Germany during the 1500s. So, you know, which is very early, but you know, the history of beer goes way back before the 1500s. They got documentation that Martin Luther's favorite beer was from this town in Germany, and I guess it's documented that his favorite beer was made by, you know, this Bernard Brauer. I'm sorry. I have changed hours at my work and I have not slept. So I apologize for mispronouncing everything, maybe misleading you. Okay, well, anyhow, it was Martin Luther's favorite beer. And story has it that he had a big, large stein with 3 rings around it. That's where they get their name from. And he loved this beer so much that he got it for a wedding. Needless to say, they supplied the wedding with like a keg of it, or a barrel. And so that is an absolute fantastic story. So you have hundreds of years of brewery experience, and maybe these recipes are coming from their 12th great grandfather. I don't know. But it was, like I said, I like to share the stories behind the breweries that craft these beers, and if they put something on their web page that I can read and grasp, and I did not do a very good job, honestly, I'm sorry, Three Rings Brewery, if I butchered this for you, I do apologize. And let's get with critiquing this can. Now, actually, I've done one of their beers before, and but I did not know. Yankee Rose. It's got the old school, you know, kind of background and everything. I'm digging it. I like the creativity behind that. Very old school style, kind of, you know, like a pinup type artwork. And let's get on. Let's see how she pours. All right. Now, I'm trying to highlight some of the Kansas breweries and Wichita breweries and stuff. That way, if anyone here from Wichita, Kansas, And if you're not from Wichita, Kansas, let's say you're one of my Canadian viewers or somewhere overseas, it's possible, via internet that you got, if you want to try this beer, you could probably get in touch with that brewer or craft shack. Try craft shack. All right. Now this is a 5.4% alcohol volume, and it is a blonde ale. All right. It's got a nice kind of golden color, I think. Had a really good head when I poured it. I give the head a 3.5. The color I'm going to give a 3.8. Let's see what the nose brings us. I'm getting, believe it or not, in the ale, I'm getting like a citrus and notes. Getting a little, I don't know, maybe it's a hop, kind of like a grassy note. I don't know if that's hop or if it's the wheat, malt. It's got like a lemon scent. Let's give her a taste. Most definitely like a refreshing, very clean, a little hoppiness in the back end, but very smooth, very clean tasting blonde ale. I give 3 rings a thumbs up on that one. Great flavor to it. I'm gonna give a 3.9 on the flavor. Really good flavor, and there's nothing wrong with having this beer as a go-to beer. You're having some friends and family over, and or you're just gonna get drunk on a Friday, Saturday night. This would be a go-to beer. I could sit here and drink multiple beers of this, and it's not a real heavy beer. It's not a light beer neither. It's got plenty of flavor in there, trust me. Very delicious. Great job. I'm proud of my Kansas brewer. Kansas isn't one of the top states of craft breweries, but I'm going to bet money on it with the talent that we got, especially here in Kansas. Someday we could be up there with everybody else. Especially if their roots go back to the 1500s. I mean, that's a pretty amazing story. They got documentation that Martin Luther actually loved that beer, and then they named their brewery 3 Rings after the stein that Martin Luther had, which is freaking great. I mean, I love hearing that. I love hearing that story. Kudos to you, 3 Rings. Okay, now, let's say you're in McPherson, or maybe you're in Germany, and there's this Marine comes in there who's got a patch. Arr, I bet I can outdrink ya. My name's Casey. Well, you don't want to buy him a beer. You want him to buy you a beer. So I'm going to do what I like to call the chuggability test. Chuggability test is whether or not you have a chance to possibly win. It gives you an unfair advantage against Casey in his drunken state. And it's a little something I came up with. And I believe it is a actual rating somewhere, but I made it up. Well, at least on my half. So let's see if we can chug her. Woo! Absolutely fantastically smooth. I love it, man. It's got great flavor. Not a lot of aftertaste. It's refreshing. With a little bit of hoppiness, man. I mean, for an ale, I didn't expect that. And I mean, because I like hop. Call me crazy, but I do. All right, let's get on. Since this is Red Friday, I like to dedicate this part of my show to the men and women that served our country. And without them paying the ultimate sacrifice, I wouldn't be able I wouldn't be able to do this at all. I mean, that's why I stand for the national anthem. I do not kneel. And as always, our ex Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, his mother just passed away last week, or maybe it was this week. And my condolences, our condolences go out to James Mattis. She truly raised a legend. And if you're a Marine, you probably know who James Mattis is. If you don't, well, you're probably not a Marine. So, and always, we're going to be toasting with America bourbon. I don't have a nice beard like the first sergeant at Grunt Style, but I do rep their bourbon, and I'd love to hear from you guys, Grunt Style. If not, I'm gonna have to go back to the Lead Slinger. No, not really. Both veteran-owned and operated businesses, so I try to support that. America bourbon, hoorah! And of course, always chest to pull wherever you are. Woo! All right. It also pairs nicely with the blonde ale. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Please subscribe. Let me grow this channel. And if you live in the Kansas area, please go to McPherson. Check out the brewery. They got great beer. This beer is a great beer. Another one I did the other day was the Walnut River. And then there was one in Emporia. And then, of course, the guys at Aeroplanes, they always make great brew, I feel. Central Standard Brewery is another one. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you, my Marine Corps family. And all my family and friends that watch this and put up with my bullshit. Arr! Semper motherfucking Fi.